Mr. Federico Gonzalez. He is the director of De La Salle University's Animo Labs. So Mr. Federico C. Gonzalez, or Dicky as he is popularly known, he was appointed in January 2017 as the first executive director of DLSU's Animo Labs Technology Business Incubator for the incubation and commercialization of university research of faculty, students, alumni, and others. Currently, he is coaching over 20 projects and is very active in workshops, competitions, Tech Pre 101 teacher training, and assisting other TBIs. So Animo Labs is also the thought leader and advocate of technology and innovation-driven entrepreneurship at DLSU. Technology, entrepreneurship, and innovation are Sir Dicky's passion, which he has pursued for 15 years now. And this passion took seed in his organizing in 2005, the PESO Challenge, which is the first ever technology business plan competition in the Philippines. So he completed his Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering as magna cum laude in 1964 at the De La Salle College and MS Industrial Management at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge in 1966. Welcome, Sir Dicky.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's almost 7 o'clock, so are you with us? This is kind of like a end of day activity. So let me just get into my slides first. But you know, this just to let you know that the talk earlier of austere was quite challenging. Although it motivates one to think of ways to meet the challenge. What I can say is that we probably don't have any quick answers as far as Animo Labs is concerned to any of those challenges, nor of how we can help. But what I'd like to do is to tell you what we do. We've got 10 different types of projects on our plate right now. And if there's anything there that we can, any particular direction that we have or competence we have that can help, then maybe that's the kind of match that we can work out. So I'm going to put up my screen here. Quick introduction to Animo Labs. Here we go. Everybody see this? Okay. When we were first, is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. When we were first created with DOST funding, 2017, DOST wanted us to be technology, very technology focused. And at that time, we were assigned nanomaterials because we had several projects in that particular technology area. But sometime in early 2020, we decided to be more thematic in our approach, and this is what we chose, sustainability-oriented innovation. And we've been working in this area since then, okay? We have our offices in Manila and fabrication lab at the Laguna campus. As mentioned earlier, we're involved in university-based technology business incubator to commercialize research projects, inventions, and creative ideas. And we're also a thought leader in technology and innovation-driven entrepreneurship. Our mission is something that I will discuss in a while, then a number of activities that we do that help to support this vision. We are a separate corporation and with our own board of directors. Our president is the same brother who's also president of De La Salle University. So we work very closely with the vision and values and mission of De La Salle University. I'm the executive director. I'm full-time at Animo Labs with 5 program managers working on paper on 5 different focus areas. Although when we do have projects, we're able to create teams out of any combination of them. Okay, this is what we're doing right now. I've got sort of like 12 different areas of activity. And let me just go quickly through each of these. One thing that we're doing is that since we were supported by DOST in setting up our TBI, we had also de facto been made responsible for taking leadership in technopreneurship in the university. Now that we found out that TechPre 101 is a mandated course for all engineering degree programs, mandated by CHED, that is, we've decided that we would do some teacher training in this area in order to prepare teachers who are being assigned this course, several of them for the first time. So we have a memorandum of agreement with Globe. We're actually working with them on this thing, with their funding, and we're presently on track 1 with 49 teachers from 10 schools, and track 2 is for other universities that CHED might nominate. Okay, so this is ongoing as of right now. Also in partnership with Globe, we've organized and are conducting a 5G technology hackathon, which aims to develop applications, specific applications in the areas of smart cities, society, and industry utilizing 5G technology. We have 98 team entries. They've now been reduced to 30 who will take additional workshops, and out of which we will have several winners that will be supported with incubation. We're also doing a climate launchpad competition. We are the Philippine representative of this EU-based competition, but we have a disappointingly low rate of registrations, and we attribute that to some level of maybe pandemic fatigue, maybe online fatigue, maybe our usual participants just haven't been able to reach their laboratories. We are also decided that before we start preaching sustainability to others, we have to practice it at home. And so we have obtained endorsement by the De La Salle Philippines President's Circle to provide sustainability reporting for all De La Salle schools. And the idea here is that with a common goal, we might be able to get the schools to have what we call useful and friendly comparisons and benchmarking, so that we can promote a real synergistic relationship of sustainability in campus environment and practices, in reporting, and in campus community work, campus community awareness, and extracurricular. Noting that our students are the ones who will inherit the world that we work on, or improve, or maybe not improve. So we're also working on a circular economy initiative. We're creating a website here that will support newsletters and fora, with the aim that we can have some focus on circular economy as a very direct way of meeting some SDG goals. We've signed up with Civica on the creation of a platform for collaboration between ourselves. And this will serve as a hub for related social engagement projects. And this came from Elmer, which includes, here we go, Zero Hunger Lab, including Financial Inclusion Lab and Forestry Sustainability Lab. We are happy to work with Civica. We're very impressed with the experience and in the practice of social engagement that our partners bring to this collaboration, especially their work at AIM, MIT, and University of Queensland. We're also promoting the digitization of many activities in universities and certificate granting institutions. So we have partnered with PhilPass to issue what we call tamper-proof verifiable documents to recipients so that these things can be stored and shared securely. And if we do a good job here, we will possibly take Recto out of business. Maybe not totally, but a lot of those false certificates coming out of Recto should be replaced by digital certificates. We're involved in ESG reporting for the corporate community, especially the publicly listed corporations. We are being assisted here by Accenture, and we have a big program to help our publicly listed corporations meet their SEC reporting objectives. We are going to be very busy on these things for the next 12 months. As a technology business incubator that has been favored with funding by DOST, we are now sharing that benefit with other HEIs and RDIs to whom we have granted training assistance in the creation of their own TBIs. Of course, there are a couple of these from LaSalle, CSB, Araneta, DASMA, LSU and Osamis, and University of St. LaSalle in Bacolod, National University, etc. But this become part of our network, which can be used by Civica and our inclusive growth projects, because each of these have their own communities that can benefit from your ideas. We're also collaborating with Launch Garage on a Smarter Cities project where our major incubators might get special accelerator training program. One of the things that we're doing, and this is one thing that really excites me, is that a lot of the projects that we're doing are mostly low-cost, high-outcome, high-income projects. Whenever you have projects like this, especially those that impact society and impact environment, I think it's very important not only to talk about how much cost is invested in those projects, but also to have some form of measurement of impact. Impact can be a combination of direct and secondary effects and secondary influences, for example, so that we can provide quantitative inputs to reporting our sustainability accomplishments. This is a study that we will soon be conducting. And finally, we've gotten this far because of the support of DOST. This is our second TBI support project from them. Our project ends on August 31. Our budget is about exhausted. We met most deliverables. And so after this, we are ready to provide more assistance to different types of projects. So in general, I've told you what we do. we don't know yet exactly how we should be involved in your Zero Hunger Lab, but suffice it to say that we're here to look for ways to help. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Dicky. I actually feel so good. I'm a proud Lasallian. And my favorite part in what you talked about is that we focus on low-cost, high-impact projects. How soon are we looking at, you said we will be implementing the sustainability reports and accomplishments. Is it going to be soon, within the year?
Well, we're starting with the universities, with the DLSU universities, although that is, we're using sustainability reports that are designed for schools.
Okay.
That designs for schools, and it does combine both campus practices with academics and research and student life and student communities, etc., which is what makes it so interesting. Yeah. So we're hoping that by the end of whatever school year we have with which university right now, they can probably get started on their first crack at it using standardized formats and frameworks.
Yeah. I think it's very good. I mean, considering how thorough it's going to be, that's going to be good. Thank you, Sir Dicky. I have another question for you. A lot of innovators who aren't in the tech space, they often get discouraged to try for incubation opportunities because there's a lot of, like, they feel like it has to be hip or astounding. So how do you feel, what do you think can we advise those in the humanities and social sciences who are looking for development opportunities? Maybe they're pressured because it has to be hip, you know? So what advice can you give them?
Number one, we are trying to get incubators now that have ideas that help our particular sustainability theme. And so what we'd like to do is to be able to identify problems and use a competitive bid solution or competitive bid approach to look for solutions. We'd like to be able to tell the people from liberal arts and business that technology is just a tool. Do your solution first, and if it requires some form of technology for your idea to work, we'll source out the technology from the other university colleges. But you know, a solution always has these components. There's got to be a user with a problem who will benefit from your solution. The focus is on who's the customer, who's the user, what's their problem, and what kind of benefit do you want to give them. Zero Hunger Lab's benefit is just not feeding. It's growth, it's nutrition, it's good families, it's a robust economy. So let's look at the big picture when we talk about benefits. So those that are not technologies or techies need not fear about being left behind. Because all of you can call on friends, contract out the technology part of it. And there's enough people there to provide that service.
Yes. And I mean, the support that you're providing, as well as what Sir Austere mentioned earlier, that it's not just about food provision, right? It has to be linked to the food system, health sources, the outcome in the long run. Yeah.
Absolutely. The big picture.